All right. Okay, guys, so yesterday in our reader's notebook, we had two pages to complete all about abstract and concrete nouns. Now, before we begin, who can explain to me the difference between an abstract noun and a concrete noun?
I say the abstract noun is the noun that you can see, taste, hear, or smell.
Good girl, well done. And a concrete noun?
The concrete noun smell.
Good girl, well done, Susie. Now let's begin our homework. Number 1, read it for me, please, Steve.
The younger man enjoyed the older man's friendship.
What do you think about that one, Steve? Is friendship abstract or concrete?
Abstract.
Good job, well done.
The old man rests in being among friends.
Okay, and what do you think about that one, Tweety?
I think it is abstract.
Good job, well done. Number 3, read that for me, Cindy.
The friend took delight in listening to the old man's stories.
Good girl. Delight, Cindy, what do you think about that one? Is that abstract or concrete?
I think delight is abstract.
Good girl, well done.
The story was about a silly king. The king is concrete.
Good girl. Okay, number 5. The crowd's laughter pleased the old man. Caroline, what do you think about the word laughter? So for this one, it's a special one. If you wrote abstract, I will allow it. If you wrote concrete, I will also allow it. But in my opinion, I agree more with it being a concrete noun. Number 6, can you please read that for me? Hacker.
It gives him energy to tell another story.
Okay, great. And the word energy, what do you think? Is it an abstract noun or a concrete noun?
Abstract.
Good job, well done. Next, let's have a look. The word in parentheses tells whether the abstract noun in the sentence names an idea, a feeling, or a quality. Write the noun. Number 1, Zaling. Read it for me, please. Delight. Good girl. Well done, Zaling. Number 2, Kiwi. Read that for me, please.
Told the story with complete honesty.
Honesty. Good girl. I'm looking for a quality here. Which word do you think is the abstract noun?
I think it's honesty.
Good girl. It is honesty. A quality that someone has is honesty. If you are an honest person, you always tell the truth. Okay, next, write a sentence for each abstract noun. Have a look at my example sentences. Can you read that one for me, please? Hannah.
I loved the beauty in the ballerina's dance movements.
Good girl, lovely reading. And can you read this one for me, please? Leo.
His childhood was spent in the city of Osaka, Japan.
Good job, thanks, Leo. Guys, let's move on to our lesson for today. Today is our writing lesson, and today we are going to be doing more opinion writing. Response to literature. A response to literature begins with an opinion. It includes details that support the opinion and uses examples from the story that strongly support the opinion. What is it that makes a great response to literature? Can you please read it for me? Mia.
A great response to literature. The opening refers to the plot and state an opinion. Reasons and supporting details support the opinion and are presented in a logical order. Linking word and phrase connect reason to the opinion, and ending sums up reasons and make a concluding statement.
Good job, Ming Huang. Well done. Okay, guys, so these are all the things that we need to make a great response to literature essay. You have an opening that refers to the question or the prompt, and it tells your opinion. Then you go on to give 3 reasons and 3 examples or evidence or supporting details to support your opinion. Linking words and phrases connect your ideas and reasons to the opinion. Things like, my first reason is, for example, the next reason is, an example of this. Then we have an ending that sums up the reasons and makes a concluding statement. Have a look at this. Does anyone know what this is or who this is? What is this person's job?
Sir?
Oh, that's probably the best answer I've got so far. This person does do acting, but we don't call him an actor. Okay, I'm going to have one more chance, but I think Lei Kang is probably the closest with the word actor. Caroline?
I think my idea is just actor.
Actor as well. Okay, so that's a really, really good idea. It's not quite the word I'm looking for. This is a mime. So if everyone goes to the chat box, you will see I've written the answer in there. This is a mime. And so a mime's job is to dress up in usually a black and white striped t-shirt, a black beret, and usually they paint their face white. Now, what they do is they act out things for people to enjoy. So for example, a mime, they won't say anything, they don't make any sound, but often they act out things. A very common thing they act out is if they are trapped in a glass box. So these people are entertainers. They are usually hired at parties, or maybe they go around the streets trying to entertain families and hoping that people will donate some money to them. We're going to read a little essay about why people are interested in the art of mime. So here we're going to read an opinion essay based on the art of mime. Can you please help me read this page? I'm going to go for...
The people are interested in the art of mime because it tells a story in a new way. People want to watch mime because it's so different from any other arts they are used to. For example, mime uses movement to tell a story. People who perform mime move their bodies in interesting ways. Sometimes they use jerky movements. Sometimes they look like they are doing an activity, like climbing a rope. They make it look very real.
Good job. Can I just stop you there? Great work, Emma. So have a look at this, guys. We haven't finished our essay yet, but I just want to ask if we've noticed, has this writer so far given an opening which refers to the prompt and stated their opinion? Yes or no? Everyone shout it out. Yes, this person has. Let's have a look. The opening is right here. The prompt or the question is, why do you think people are interested in the art of mime? This person has answered that question. I think people are interested in the art of mime because it tells a story in a new way. People want to watch mime because it's different from art that they are used to. So here they have stated their opinion and they've answered the question. Now they're going on to give reasons and details. Their first reason is that mime uses movement to tell a story. They then go on to give examples and evidence of how people use movement to tell a story. It says sometimes they look like they are doing an activity, like climbing a rope. So here is our first reason with examples. So far, everything I've read has been really great for this essay. Let's keep reading. Hannah, can you read the last paragraph for me?
Also shows feelings without speaking. People who perform mime can show with their bodies if they are happy, sad, or scared. They do not say what they are feeling, but the audience can tell anyway.
Very good. Lovely reading, Hannah. Again, here is another reason that supports their opinion. Their opinion is that people like mime because it tells stories in a new way. This second reason explains that mimes show feelings without speaking. Now, usually when we're listening to a story, we're listening to someone tell us, but with mime, we're watching someone tell us a story without hearing anything. So this is why people enjoy mime, because it's different than what they're used to. Let's just go back to our ingredients for a great essay list. We know that they have given us an opening that refers to the prompt and states an opinion. So far, I've had 2 reasons, both with supporting details that support the opinion, so I can give them a tick here. Have you noticed any linking words and phrases to connect the reasons and opinions? What do you think? Everyone shout out what you think. Have you seen any linking words? Okay, have a look. I'm going to ask someone, click the raise your hand button if you can circle linking words and phrases on this page.
For example, mime uses movement to tell a story.
Good job.
People who perform mime move their bodies in interesting ways.
So this sentence doesn't have any linking words in it, but for example, is definitely a linking phrase that we can use. Thank you very much, Kwang Ming. Can anyone else find any other linking words and phrases? I'm going to lower all your hands. Because, good girl. Another because, well done.
I can't see well.
That's okay, good girl. So because is definitely a linking word that we use very often. And there's one more at the bottom here. I'm going to underline it. It's also, which Emma typed out in the chat box. Good girl, Emma. Okay, so here we have lots and lots of linking words that connect our details to our reasons, that connect our opinion to our reasons. So it's really important that we use these linking words and phrases to connect our writing. Okay, let's move on to the second half of the essay. Can you please read this page for me? Kwang Hai.
Finally, people from all over the world can watch mime. People who perform mime treat different characters without speaking. People can tell what is happening just by watching. They do not have to speak to the same language as the people who are performing. Mime is a special type of art because it uses body movement in an extremely interesting way, shows feelings without using words, and can be watched by anyone. People anywhere can enjoy the same exact mime show.
Very good. Thanks for reading, Kwang Hai. So then we have our final reason that says people from all over the world can watch mime. That's their final reason to explain that people love to watch mime because it's different. The thing with mime is if you go from Vietnam to Spain, you can watch a mime perform because they're not going to be speaking in Spanish. They're going to be performing with their body. So you don't need to know Spanish to watch a mime in Spain. People can tell what's happening just by watching. So this is another reason to support the idea that people like watching mime because it tells stories in a different way. Then in the end, they've given us their conclusion. What they've done is they've retold us their opinion. Mime is a special type of art because it uses body movement in an interesting way, shows feelings without using words, and can be watched by anyone. People can enjoy the same exciting mime shows. So what the author has done is they've summed up all of their ideas into one short paragraph and retold us their opinion. So all in all, this is a wonderful essay that ticks off all of the things that we need to make a great response to literature essay. Now, let's have a look at our prompt for the day. Okay, have a look. Our prompt for the day is this. Can you read it for me, please? Ming Ha. No, Ming Ha. Okay, Kui Kang, can you read this for me, please?
How did Ji-chan feel about being a Kamishibai man?
Great. So the story that we've just read recently is Kamishibai Man, with Ji-chan, the older man who missed going on his rounds and then went back into the city to tell his stories once again. Our prompt for our essay over the weekend is, how do you think Ji-chan felt about being a Kamishibai man? Do you think that he loved being a Kamishibai man? Or do you think that he didn't like it? Because I think that both opinions are correct, as long as you can support it with evidence. Have a look here. When he was a young man, lots of children came to watch and listen to his stories. However, when the TV was invented, when he would go around clacking his wooden clappers, some children would tell him to shush and be quiet, and they wouldn't come to his stories anymore. So it's up to you to decide what you think. Let's have a listen to some of your ideas. What do you guys think? How do you think Ji-chan felt about being a Kamishibai man? In your opinion, do you think that he liked being a Kamishibai man? Or in your opinion, did you think that he disliked being a Kamishibai man? What's your opinion? There are no wrong answers. Your opinion can never be wrong as long as you support it with evidence and reasons. Okay, let's go with Hannah. Hannah, what do you think?
I think Jitan first. When the children listened to Jitan, he felt happy being a Kamashibai man. But when the TV was invented, he did not like to be a Kamashibai man anymore because none of the children listened to his story.
Oh, very interesting. So Hannah's going for both arguments. He once upon a time liked being a Kamishibai man, but then after the TV was invented, he stopped liking it. Very interesting. Caroline, what do you think?
I think he really liked to be a Kamishibai man, but
Yeah? Why do you think he loved being a Kamishibai man?
because he wanted to tell a story and he liked children.
Absolutely. Good girl, Caroline. That's a perfect answer. Let's have a look. Here is my opinion, guys. My opinion is Ji-chan liked being a Kamishibai man. This is my opinion, okay? Now let's just have a look. Have a look at this graphic organizer that I'm going to use to plan my essay. It says opinion, reason, example, reason, example, reason, example. I've just showed you what my opinion is, so I'm going to go ahead and add that in. My opinion is that I think Ji-chan liked being a Kamishibai man. Now, I need to come up with 3 reasons and 3 examples that support each reason to explain why I think Ji-chan liked being a Kamishibai man. Here's my first reason. He missed going on his rounds. One of the first things that we learn about Ji-chan is in the story is that he didn't speak for 3 days, he was really quiet, and Ba-chan knew that something was wrong. When she asked him, he told her, I've been thinking about going on my rounds again. So I'm going to add that in as my example. Ba-chan noticed he hadn't spoken. He told her he missed going on his rounds. So my first reason to explain why I think Ji-chan liked being a Kamishibai man was that he missed going on his rounds. He missed telling his stories. My second reason that I've come up with to explain why I think Ji-chan liked being a Kamishibai man is he was excited to go back to the city and tell his stories again. Hannah, what's your question in the chat box?
Miss Rachel,
Yes.
can I write the opinion just like you, but I did not copy it?
Yes, okay, so don't worry. I'm sure that a lot of people probably have the same opinion as me. That's okay. Noob, you're drawing on my screen, so you need to get rid of this. Thank you. And you need to focus on the lesson, Noob. Okay, so my second reason is that he was excited to go back to the city and tell his stories again. Can anyone think of an example to support my reason that shows he was excited to go back to the city? Can anyone remember something that Ji-chan did when he was cycling back to the city? He was doing something when he was cycling over the bridge, and it let us know that he was very excited to go back into town. Kiwi, can you remember? Good. Good girl. Well done. Absolutely. He hummed a song. That's exactly the example I'm going to use. He hummed on his bike, and when he got there, he called out for children to come and listen. So this example supports my reason. He was excited. When he's cycling into town, he's humming on his bike, and when he finally got into town, he's clacking his wooden clappers together to get the children to come and listen. I'm not going to give my final reason and example because I don't want to give too much away to you guys. So you'll have to come up with your own third one. Now, when you are writing, I want you to think of Oreos, okay? Oreo is a really great way that we can remember how to write an opinion essay. We start off by giving our opinion. I think Ji-chan liked being a Kamishibai man. Then, in the main body of our essay, we give our reasons, R, and our examples for E. So you'll have 3 reasons and 3 examples. Why do you think there's an extra O at the bottom? Why do you think Oreo writing starts with an opinion, reasons, examples? Why do you think there's another opinion at the end? Can anyone explain that to me? Teddy, what do you think?
I think there's an opinion at the end because that opinion is to sum up the conclusion.
Awesome. Good girl, Teddy. And well done, Emma, for typing in the chat box too. There's an O again at the end because this is where your conclusion will go. You give your opinion, you give all of your reasons, all of your examples, and then you give your opinion one last time in a different way. So remember Oreo when you are writing your work. Please make sure that after you do your plan like this, when you are writing your essay, you use linking words. So you should connect your opinions with supporting reasons and evidence. Linking words such as because, therefore, since, and for example, can be used to connect these ideas. Let's have a look at some of these linking words and phrases. Because is what used when we want to tell why. For example is used when we want to give an example. For this reason is used to give a reason. Since is to explain why. So is as a result, and therefore is as a result. So here are just some linking words and phrases you can use in your essay. Have a look at this writing that I have created with no linking words. Ji-chan from Kamishibai Man loved being a Kamishibai man. Ji-chan missed going on his rounds. This should say Ba-chan. Let me fix this. Ba-chan noticed that he hadn't said anything in a few days. When she asked him what was wrong, he said, "I've been thinking how much I've missed going on my rounds." Now, with no linking words, this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It's hard for me to understand the reader's or the writer's purpose here. But when we add linking words, it makes much more sense. The ideas connect easily and the writing flows better. Have a look. In my opinion, Ji-chan from Kamishibai Man liked being a Kamishibai man. The first reason to support my opinion is that Ji-chan missed going on his rounds. For example, Ba-chan noticed that he hadn't said anything in a few days. When she asked him what was wrong, he said, I've been thinking how much I've missed going on my rounds. Let me just change this again. So with this, and with my connecting words and linking words and phrases, my writing flows so much better. Now, as the reader, I understand the points this writer is trying to make. Firstly, I can see they're giving their opinion. Then I can see that this is the first reason to support their opinion. And now I can see that these sentences are an example of this reason. So it's really important that we add in linking words and phrases to connect our writing together. So after you've completed doing your plan, please make sure when you're writing your essay, you are adding in linking words to connect your ideas. So please make sure that when you write over the weekend, you think about Oreos. Structuring your writing correctly is super important because it allows the reader to understand your points more clearly. So when you're writing, it would be a good idea if on the side of your page, you write or, re, o. You can have it look a bit like this. So when you're writing at the side of your page on your notebook, you can help yourself by writing or, re, o. So if you write this on the side of your page, you will remember, okay, now I must write my opinion. Now I give my first reason. Now I give my first example. Next, I give my second reason. Now I give my second example. Finally, I give my third reason and my third example. Then, to finish it off, I will end by writing my opinion in a different way. So whatever you decide to write on, whether you write on your computer, a notebook, or a piece of paper, it's a great idea to help you write by writing or, o, just to remind yourself how we should structure an opinion essay. Okay, that brings us to the end of our lesson. So for homework over the weekend, you must plan and write a response essay. Use or, o, and don't forget to use linking words. Do I have any questions about what you must do for homework over the weekend? Okay, Caroline.
Teacher, the homework mean I need to write a response about a good commercial by man love is wrong.
So your homework question is this prompt. Have a look. Your prompt is this. This is the question you are answering. How did Ji-chan feel about being a Kamishibai man? This is the question that you must answer. When you answer this question, you are going to give me your opinion. Then you're going to give me 3 reasons and 3 examples to support your opinion. And then you're going to end it finally by concluding with one last final opinion. So you're answering this question in the form of an essay. Does that make sense, Caroline?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, do I have any more questions about what you have to do for homework? So remember, it's not just your writing, it's a plan too. So you should use a graphic organizer like this, so you can draw it out yourself, or I can ask Miss Nunn to send one over to you and she can email it to you and you can print it out, or you can simply write this out in a notebook. Then when you finish with your plan, you can go on and add linking words to start making an essay that looks a little bit like this. So make sure that you add in your linking words to make your writing connect and flow better. Okay, guys, since there are no more questions, that is the end of our lesson. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen with you. Please make sure that you upload your homework by 9 p.m. on Sunday to give me lots of time to mark it by Monday morning. All right, guys, have a lovely weekend and I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.